Welcome, Gemini, to your February 2026 tarot reading. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. Welcome to anyone who is new and to all of those frequent flyers. I appreciate y'all. For those of you who are new, I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday daily readings and twice a month by astrology sign. Let's get started. I also do post shorts, quick tarot readings on the shorts. Let's see. And please remember to hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment. Both are very much appreciated. They help the channel and help us connect. Both are true. Let's get started. What do our Gemini need to know today? Current situation. 8 of Swords. Interesting. I say that because Pisces had that too. I had it in a slightly different spot. Present influence for Gemini. Ace of Wands. Interesting. Future influence. World. For those of you who are new too, I pull all the cards first and then start reading them. Let's see. Okay, what we don't see, 3 of Cups. Interesting. I got a little bit of a warning there. So just we'll get there, and it may not be, but my first intent was oop. So my first feeling. Unexpected, please. Gemini, unexpected, February. Empress. Pregnant. Okay, sure someone's pregnant or gonna be unexpectedly. That's not for anyone. That's probably very specific. Okay, what to look for, please. 9 of Pentacles, challenge. Queen of Cups, strength. What is the strength here? Devil. Interesting to have in the strength. Where does this lead? I'll pull 3 cards. Where does this lead? Okay, King of Cups. Okay. King of Cups, 3 of Wands. Anything else is going to fly out like that? Knight of Pentacles and 6 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck with the Judgment. So there is a feeling kind of like I feel like this may have something to do with something you want to put to rest or you have put to rest. I feel like that way because you're feeling stuck right now. There's something very interesting when you have the Ace of Wands in the influence with the 8 of Swords feeling stuck. So for some of you, very specifically, this could be an opportunity that comes in and you can't take it for some reason. You have to move or you have to travel. It's too far. There's something where it could be a really good opportunity, but you're like, I can't. It could be any kind. It doesn't have to be a job opportunity. It could be any kind of opportunity. It has to do with something, though. Usually wands are work. They could be work, but I also feel like there's something you're very passionate about. So they've got a lot of fire, it's the fire. So I do feel like that could be what's happening here. And you're feeling like, oh, I can't take that. And like I said, it's interesting with that 3 of Cups and what you don't see. I would be very careful with gossip right now, just as a forewarning overall. We'll get to that card in detail, but that's the message I got. Just be very careful of kind of gossip. Like for instance, if it's a new job or a job offer and you open your mouth to someone, open your mouth, but you tell someone that you have this offer and then they say something to someone else and you really don't want anyone to know because you haven't accepted it yet, and that kind of feeling. So just, I don't think it's necessarily, I would just be aware and be careful who you tell what to over the next, maybe all through February. I think all the time. Sometimes I just, tell everybody my whole story. Okay, let's do the Ace of Wands. What is this Ace of Wands for our Gemini? Queen of Swords with the 6 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, it's an opportunity. Now, I feel like with the Queen of Swords as being part of the clarifier is that it is saying this is something that you've worked on or had your eyes set on at least. And I feel like it could be like something you've done in the past. So if it's a relationship, it's something from the past, but you've had your eyes set on this. So this opportunity is really important because it's something that you've been working towards, or at least have had your eyes set on. And there is a feeling like it has something that either, again, reminds you of the past, or it's been a while and you put this, your eyes set on this a while. This may be like, oh, something you've been working on or you worked on in the past and it's coming back around. Let's look at the why you're feeling stuck here with the 8 of Swords. I look at this 8 of Swords not only being stuck, but not paying attention. Like she's got her back turned, and that feels heavy to me. Like I'm not even gonna look. I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna pay attention. Um, so it could be this opportunity comes in and you don't see it. But I feel like because it's an influence and then it's a situation, um, you got the 6 of Swords. Yeah, it's kind of like what I said. You may have to like move or travel for this situation, and but you do have choices here. So you're like, but I feel like anytime I see a 7 of Cups with the 8 of Swords, 7 of Cups clarifying the 8 of Swords, it's almost like you have choices, but you're not making one. And it's time to make one. And I feel like you realize you need to do that, but for some reason you're struggling with it. It could have to do with travel to some degree, like maybe I don't know, it's far away or something here that's like okay. However, it's interesting to me because you do have the World in your future influence, and I want to take a look at this. To me, the World is all about completions. Now, they're successful completions. You reach the end of something that has a natural ending. I compare it a lot to school. Like college or high school, where there's a natural end to it. Tell me more about this World card. What? Tell me more about this World card. The Moon and the 4 of Swords. There's a realization, like I feel like what is ending. Okay, so I told you like you may not be seeing this Ace of Wands energy. I feel like that's ending because the moon is being unclear, right? So the moon sometimes is an unclear energy or an unclear thing that you're not seeing. And the World is saying this is coming to an end, and rest is coming to an end too. So there is some kind of slowness, or I don't feel like it's healing as much as it is okay, this situation is coming to an end. This Ace of Wands is kind of an important thing, and I feel like you will notice it. But it takes a minute. I think it probably comes in and you're worried about it, but you realize what it truly is. And that's what you're reaching, is that end of I can see, the end of I can't see it, because you can see it now. The 3 of Cups, again, forewarning, could be gossip. Is there anything else we need to know about that 3 of Cups? Because it's in the what you don't see, and sometimes that position in itself says a lot. So, what is the 3 of Cups? A 7 of Cups with 3 of Wands. So it could also be, and the 8 of Swords is there too. Um, yeah, I mean, the 3 of Wands, I like having the threes here for sure. And the 7 of Cups is about your choices. And I feel like there could be something also happening here that has to do with other people. And I feel like the choices are, this is weird, but I feel like the choices are being made without you making them. Like, because you're not making a choice here, it's being made for you. Um, and I think eventually you will see like the shadow or the trees through the forest here with the 3 of Wands, seeing the work that you've done. But in the meantime, there is things happening in the background that you're not doing anything about. Again, that 8 of Swords feeling, you don't see the new opportunity. There's choices to be made here, but you're not making any. And I feel like that Three of Cups is almost like, and I don't know why I'm getting it. It's like, it's almost like a block. I don't know if maybe there's people around you that are kind of like steering you away from it. There's something with people, friends, acquaintances that are kind of blocking your way. I would just be like really on the lookout, Gemini. Unexpected is the Empress. Yeah, for some of you, absolutely. My first thought was, yeah, pregnant. I see that a lot with the Empress, especially when it comes to the unexpected. Um, because sometimes those things happen, right? Sometimes we weren't expecting to expect, but we're expecting. So the Empress, the unexpected. Anything else? I'm sure there's more because the Empress to me, yeah, Page of Cups, absolutely. Some of you absolutely are going to find out about a pregnancy either in your family or someone that's important to you or yourself. Because the Page of Cups is a gift, and I would consider a pregnancy a really big gift here. The Queen of Pentacles, but also, well, I mean, I'm really going there. Um, and this could be affecting like this whole situation if someone around you, it doesn't necessarily have to be you, it could be some around you. Here's the other thing, like if this is a job opportunity, it could be like someone that you're going to be replacing, or something happens to someone and they get pregnant, and it ends up putting you in a position of the Queen of Pentacles, like you are able to take their position. It could be something like that. Okay, so again, someone or you gets pregnant unexpectedly, or you find out about it unexpectedly, and ends up being a gift for you to reach your goals. So I feel like there's something really good happening here. I mean, I don't usually go that deep with the pregnancy. It's usually like, but I feel like it's could be. If it's not I feel like it is. Okay, I just want to stick with that because I want to say if it's not, because there's a lot of, this is a collective reading, but I am not saying that you are going to get pregnant. I'm saying someone around you or someone that will affect the situation. If it's not a pregnancy, it could be something about them having to take care of something like a child would be, right? Or they have to take care of a parent, or someone is going to go into Empress mode unexpectedly and be having to take care of something. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to move on. Nine of Pentacles. Um, this is what to look for. I feel like it's understand your worth, understand the work that you've done, understand all of the things that you've collected along the way, knowledge, everything. She is admiring what she has, and she's worked really hard for what she has. And you should admire what you have, because when you work hard for something, you should admire it and appreciate it. And I do feel like that's what you need to look for. Look for that energy of, this is everything I've done. Look at everything you've done. I think it's almost like you need to build the confidence a little bit here. There's because that Ace of Wands energy is quick, sudden, and it can be a little bit scary. So I really find it interesting with the Queen of Cups being in your challenge. There may be a challenge in like nurturing something here, because I feel like with that unexpected Empress, so if it's not you, you may not understand what that's about, right? So if it's, I don't mean that you don't understand what it's about, but like it's almost like no sympathy. And I want to be careful because I don't think it's that harsh. But it's like, the challenge is to be more sympathetic to the situation, and and I think that's what it's asking you to be. I do feel like there's some really good energies coming in, and I'm not sure what this. I feel like this Empress just has to do with how this opportunity affects you. Um, your strength is the Devil. There is something maybe that you're attached to, an idea, or um, it's probably an idea. It could be a person, but I think it's an idea. Like you have an idea that you are really attached to, And sometimes when we get too attached to something, right, we need to let go. But this is something that's going to really take you a long way. So you may have an idea or, a plan that you have not been able to let go of. And maybe people have told you, again, with the Three of Cups and the what you don't see, that no, you shouldn't do that. But you're sticking to your guns here. And I think it pays off with all of the cards down here. So where does all of this lead? This is a very interesting reading, Gemini. Where does all of this lead? King of Cups, Three of Wands, Knight of Coins. The King of Cups, I feel like this could be someone that comes in and helps you. This would be an energy of, doesn't have to be a male or a female, either or. But I do feel like it's someone that's important, someone mature, someone also that would have their say in this situation. I feel like they come along and they're helping you. I feel like this is also another part of the offer. Let's look further into this King of Cups. I do. I feel like there's going to be some, like, they're part of an offer. Yeah, Page of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. Yeah, this is someone that's definitely important to you with the Ten of Cups here, but the Page of Pentacles is something that you've put the energy in. So the Page of Cups is, this is a discovery. Here also with this new situation, you may be discovering a new relationship here as well with this King of Cups. Again, it doesn't have to be a male, but you could be discovering it. Um, but it comes from being focused with that Page of Pentacles. I do feel like it is somebody though. And again, it leads to you seeing everything that you've worked hard. I think this Ace of Wands comes together here with the Three of Wands, where you can finally see everything and say, okay, I got this. I know what to do now. Because the reason why I say you know what to do now is you get the Knight of Pentacles in after, which is, okay, I'm headed there. You're going to do it methodically and you're going to do it with purpose, but you're headed there. And it might take a little bit of time, but you're ready for that. Three of Wands here for our Geminis, please. Three of Wands. Okay, Ace of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, like you're seeing, yeah, so the Ace, this is what you're seeing, the Three of Wands. This is the clarity. This is the aha moment, the wheel. Things are definitely moving forward and you see this. This is what you're seeing. It's the clarity. It's things are moving forward. I'm headed in the right direction. I feel like that's going to be really important in February for you to understand that you're headed in the right direction. It's kind of like, oh, thank God. And then the Knight of Pentacles, of course, is that energy moving forward. He's patient. He moves slowly. But as he moves, he plants his seeds, which tends to give, bears more fruit in the end. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles, please. Tell me more. That was a bunch of cards. That was Karen or Veronica messing up. Let's see. Oh, Page of Wands with the Eight of Swords. Yeah. Yep. This is going to get you unstuck. The Knight of Wands, or the Page of Wands, excuse me, is an energy of jumping in, going for something, not thinking too much about it. It's going to release that Eight of Swords energy for you finally. So as you're moving forward, this energy pops in. But I feel like it all comes from that Three of Wands. Finally, that epiphany of that you realize, yes, I'm headed in the right direction. I'm going in the right place. Yay. Yay me. And I feel like this is going to be a really good month for you because it feels like it really picks up steam. But I do, I'm really very interesting with that Empress. Okay, let's pull an Oracle card from the Somnia Oracle deck. I'm going to pull one. Let's see what the Oracle is. That one was peering out. The Weight. Oh, very interesting. These cards all look so much alike. Okay. The Weight. I have a cheat sheet here. 127. 129. Oh, okay. Hang in there. I do not have the pages correct. So I'm going to pause the video for a second. I don't want you to sit here and wait for me to look through this. Hold on. Just bad writing. It's actually, I thought it was 127. It was 121. Okay. So here is the card, The Weight. Eminence, suspense, urgency, responsibility, overload, obligations. The weight portrays a metaphor for oppressive responsibilities and perpetual rumination. The surrounding estuary, I don't know, underscore the surrounding stuff um, underscores this liminal state where the individual is caught between opposing forces, land and sea, safety and risk, stagnation, and the release of tension. These elements coalesce into a psychological narrative inviting a reflection on how we confront or avoid our stressors. We are reminded that through action, we have the power to free ourselves from being crushed by the weight of our own burdens. And I feel like that comes from that Eight of Swords energy that we've been talking about that you have in the very beginning of the reading, and with that surprise Empress energy, because it's going to feel like something with that surprise affects you, and then it could feel like a burden, but no, but you can, it might not be as much of a burden as you think. So there you have your reading, Gemini. Reminder, hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment. Take care. Have a beautiful day.